Hey guys, Carly here with Nail's Next Top Nail Artist. This is Challenge 6 and the sponsor is NSI Nail Systems and the challenge is Feeling Festive. NSI holds the original patent for making the nail form. So for this challenge we had to sculpt out 10 nails on the nail forms and create some festive carnival nails. With the color selection that NSI gave us with the colored acrylics, I chose to do a winter carnival, the Quebec winter carnival. They have lots of ice sculptures, parades, snow sculptures. They have the night parade, and it's just a really unique look on a carnival. So getting started, I built out on the sculpture forms using iced sculpture, the color, and snowball toss and clear acrylic, and I blended and made a marbly looking effect by putting those colors on while they were all still wet. And then I sealed off the entire nail using the clear acrylic. To create this snow cat creature using NSI's HD 3D brush and their white acrylic, string out some pieces of acrylic and work with them and pat them on both sides until you get a nice symmetrical looking line effect. Then go back in and create little tiny lines to create the snowflake effect, and using the blue acrylic apply Swarovski crystals on the tips of each one of these snowflake tips. Start by making the forehead, and off that you can build the ears using snowball toss, that pretty iridescent, slightly darker white color. And build out the cheekbones, leaving a space for the eyes. The eyes are going to be a little bit inset into the face, so I'm not going to try and build those out right now, otherwise the eyes will be bulbous. Then using ice sculpture, make a little nose and poke the little holes using the very tip of your 3D brush, and also go on the bottom lip there and create some little bit of shading with the ice sculpture color. Then set ice sculpture in the eye sockets, and while that's a little bit more hardened, you can use the tip of your brush to poke holes to make the indent of the eye socket. Then you can go back in with snowball toss and fill in those eyes and just like kind of set that ball in there, and it will melt into place since you already created the little indent. Then while the blue color of acrylic is still wet, you can sprinkle some glitter on it, and that will like suck in and hold that glitter into place. Then I went in and made the outside of the mane of my ice cat, just by repeating the steps of like kind of the same effect you would use to make a flower petal, setting a ball of acrylic and then waiting till it hardens a little bit and then patting it down and going along the outside of it and tapering in the tips, and using the same effect that I used to create the snowflake effect on the top. I made these little hairs that you can apply with balls of acrylic. And there you have the head of your snow cat finished. Normally on sculpture forms you would just pop the nail right off of this, but since we did such thin, fine acrylic detailing with the lines of the snowflake, you're going to want to be careful when you try and peel that off. I used my 3D brush to kind of go underneath the snowflakes and kind of pry them off carefully and gently. Then go back in with the NSI seal coat and seal off the tip of this nail, and using just a tiny spot of top coat, put a dot at the tip of the nail to apply another Swarovski crystal. Ball up 2 little pieces of tin foil and attach them together with acrylic, then go back over with hefty balls of clear acrylic, and then they'll create a matte effect on top of that tin foil to create a very icy look for your ice sculpture penguin. Using the glitter base gel, I painted on some scrolling effect designs, the same kind of design that's on the outside of the NSI acrylic bottles, and then embedded that with some white acrylic, and it created a very frosty, icy look. On a sculpture form, I created a separate snowflake. You're going to want to just pat on the sides of each one of these little lines to get it a very symmetrical straight line. Then using acrylic, apply that to the rest of that nail. Now to create the flag for your ice sculpture igloo castle. While the acrylic is mostly wet, you can go underneath with your 3D brush and slide underneath there, and you can like wrinkle up the flag to create a wind effect. Using the same embossing effect as you're scrolling, using the glitter base and white acrylic, you can make the bricks on the side of the castle. I swear this white acrylic over the clear acrylic really makes a very frosted, glassy look. On this nail, you're going to want to create one of the masks from a parade. It's also a cat-looking creature, like a snow cat, but it has a lot of holes in the face, which I just thought looked really unique. Kind of made it look like a lacy, geometrical monster kind of vibe, except it's also really beautiful. Then these cute little teeny tiny little ice cubes. I made these little ice cubes to go along with my ice sculpture, because they always start out with a big brick of ice before they sculpt it down. And these ice cubes are just so cute to me. I liked making them. I made like 100,000. And then you can apply those all with a clear acrylic into a big cluster, and it just looks like a big pile of ice, kind of like you would see in your drink at a restaurant. These are my beautiful, feeling festive, wintry carnival nails inspired by the Quebec Carnival. Don't forget you can vote in the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.